Alright my little fruits, we're here at the Overlord show, which is a military show in the south coast of England, just outside of Portsmouth. But here we can have a little look around the show and see what we got in store. Here we have a couple of German bits and bobs. We have a Nebelwerfer, which is kind of like a rocket launcher. We'll scoot round to here and we've got a dude on his motorbike kind of casually going off to, I don't know, McDonald's or something. And here we have a lovely Marder tank, and there's a field kitchen with someone cooking on it. Probably some sausage. Anyway, there is the Marder there. Let's have a little look at that in a second. Don't know what he's cooking. Sausage, I said that already. But here's the Marder tank, very cool. And there is the half track. So, a couple of military vehicles there for you. So the reenactment area was kind of divided into sections. This is kind of the German section, some nice signs there. You also had an American section, which we'll trundle over to now. Watch out for this van. Here he goes, look at him, cheeky chappy. Up here, we've got the kind of American section here with some vehicles. So there's loads of kind of vans, Willys Jeeps. There's a huge tanker truck, which is quite cool. And right at the back of this, we'll have a look in a second, there's a couple of Shermans. So have a quick look at this tanker truck in more detail. How they drive this here down the motorways here, I don't know. It must annoy a lot of motorists. And here is some kind of cargo trucks and stuff that are really cool. And right at the back here, we have a bulldozer pulling a Sherman. Very nice indeed, a couple of Shermans. I'm assuming these are running at the show a bit later on. I didn't see the whole reenactment part in action, but we'll have a look at the bits I did see a bit later on. But a couple of lovely little Shermans there. So this is kind of the American section here, but there was another American section where we had the airborne division called the Screaming Eagles. So here they are. There's the Russian area. We had a little look up there. My friend got dressed as a Russian soldier, or Soviet soldier should I say. And then this side we have the airborne division, which is kind of famous for Band of Brothers. Very nice. Now, as the case of all these shows, there's plenty of people selling military goods, clothing, all sorts of different bits and bobs you can buy, from weapons to t-shirts to outfits to hats to whatever you want, food, you name it. But there was one thing that stood out to me, we'll get to it in a second, is this t-shirt. Something you maybe would buy your gran or granddad. I think they really like this t-shirt. It stands out from the crowd, and we're coming up to it now. Yeah. Interesting t-shirt, this one. And that was one of the more tamer ones I saw. Anywho, let's get on to the rest of it. So we'll scoot through the rest of the stalls. This section was cool. There was a really cool collection of remote controlled tanks. And here, look at these cheeky chappies, they're loving life there. But these remote controlled tanks were awesome. And this section of the show is all military vehicles. There's an absolute ton of them here. I'm not going to name them all, mainly because I don't know what they are. But we'll go along here, have a little look what they got, and we'll scoot through. There's a drone there from Ukraine, which is pretty cool. You could donate towards the efforts in Ukraine. And loads of Jeeps from the Iraq War, the Middle East, all used kind of by the RAF, or the RAF, the SAS even. So I don't know what I'm talking about. And if we carry on, there's some more vehicles. So I'll stop talking and let you have a little look. So here we came to the French reenactment group. I know what you're going to say. Yep, they're not doing a lot. But here's a cool tank, the AMX-13. This was running. It's a really cool looking tank, to be fair. And yeah, I like this a lot. It's cool to see that here at the show. And we'll go through and have a look at the rest of the vehicles. There's a cool truck there that was running. Loads of different vehicles. Can't see that one, it's under camouflage. Carrying on, loads of different stuff. Willys Jeeps galore. Land Rovers galore. Let's shut up and let you watch it. So we came to this section. It reminded me of a lot of people who watch my video, what's happened to them. You know, they turn into skeletons, they just die inside and become like these dudes. Here we go. Look at these chaps. They're loving life. Or not, as the case may be. Don't ask me why they were in there. They were just in there. And again, another row of jeeps, all sorts of military vehicles up here. It's really cool to see them all, and fair play to the people that restore these vehicles and get them working. Some of them are hella old. Good job, guys. And I recommend this show thoroughly. We're going to have a little look at the second, kind of what the reenactment battles were going on, and drive round these vehicles. So stay tuned. This guy kindly pointed his turret at me. That's not euphemism. There we go. Lovely. Nice turret. See you later, dude. So there was this amphibious tank here, and I thought, why would anyone want a floating tank? Surely that's just a ship. But anyway, they tried it, and we go on to the actual show. The first kind of people we saw go around was I don't know what they called it, but it was crazy. They were kind of had a Hilux kind of jeep and some vehicles from, I'd assume, like the Middle East, and they were bombing around to some crazy music. So let's have a little look at them. If I'm honest, this is no different to my local McDonald's, to be fair. Around 5 o'clock, load of nutters driving around in a circle trying to get their Big Macs. It's about standard for most McDonald's, this, to be fair. What the hell am I talking about? So after those dudes have finished bombing around, creating a load of dust, we had this little tank come around. Now, I want you to tell me what tank this is, mainly because I can't remember, and I don't know. It looks like a recent-ish tank, and it's probably still used. So let me know in the comments what tank this is, and put me out of my ignorance. But it's very slow, so you're going to get a good look at it. The guy driving it was very cautious. He didn't want to hit the barriers, which would definitely saved us from impending death if he hit those, because they were very sturdy metal barriers, you can see there. But here it comes. Look at this little tank come around the corner. Very nice. Alright, mate. Come on. There we go. So that was kind of the shows we saw. And then we went round to where the reenactments were, and these were a couple of guys we were chatting to, dressed in the British kind of costumes there, with his Bren gun and the Sten gun. These were really cool. The amount of effort these guys go to is incredible. And it was blooming hot, so I don't know how they were getting on with that. And then also, this is the Willys Jeep they had there, which was working. Really cool. Sat in that. Didn't fit in it very well because I'm a giant of a man and I'm pretty fat. Last but not least, how can I leave out, there was a Spitfire there. There's a Spitfire, and you can just see in the background a Messerschmitt yellow there. I didn't get any filming of that though, but there we go, there's a wonderful Spitfire. Very cool, and that's pretty much my day out Overlord show. Thanks for watching, don't forget to subscribe and like, I'll see you in the next video, bye bye.